Good morning, my family. It is a stagnant 81 degrees here this morning. Got to get out here early in the morning and do some pruning. And I'm also going to plant a very versatile green. Stay tuned. Sun's starting to come up. I can see my papa's up back there. Oh, he's fixing to come outside, I think, and do his morning Bible study on his porch with his new rocking chair. That's her most favorite thing to do, is to go see Pop first thing in the morning. Good morning. So as I said early this morning, I'm going to grow a green that is very versatile. And it's usually from the South. A lot of people from the South grow this green. But I think some of my northern friends need to try this too, because it is very versatile for both winter and summer, fall and spring. So I am going to go ahead and plant me a fall crop. I'll probably do this again in the spring as well, but I'm going to plant Georgia collard. Guys, this is also starting to be considered a superfood because it is rich in vitamin A, vitamin K, lots of magnesium, potassium, high in fiber, and your B vitamins, not your B12, but your B3s, your B6s. So this is great raw, but they say honestly it's better if you cook it, and you get a little bit more nutrition from it if you cook this, which is kind of odd because usually your raw vegetables give you the big bounce on your nutrition whenever you eat them raw. But this is also full of calcium. So yeah. This is a blue, kind of a bluish green leaf. It's about 2 to 3 feet tall, or it's going to get about 2 to 3 feet tall. And it's about an 80-day from plant to harvest. We're going to plant these a ½ inch deep. I'm going to go ahead and plant a couple in a row, and then we're going to thin them out to where they're about 24 inches apart once they start to germinate and come up. So I'm excited to see how I do with this. I think this will be a great addition to our fall table and to our winter table. A lot of people use these in soups and stews. A lot of people use them, they saute them with some garlic and some bacon and some onions. So this can be treated like a kale, or it can be treated like a chard. But it is a favorite here in the South. And honestly, I'm amazed at how many of our greens are very versatile and very hardy during the winter and summer. And I'll tell you what has survived in my little high tunnel this year, and it did last year too, is the kale and the Swiss chard. Guys, that came through the winter, a cold winter at times, and it came through a very hot summer, and I'm very surprised. We did lose 1 or 2 chard plants, but gosh, if I can keep 1 or 2 going through the summer, that's really, really great news, because those are all great greens for sauteing with your meals, and they're just so vitamin rich. Your greens are vitamin rich and fiber rich. Just a quick look at my okra, guys. That's probably about 3.5 feet, maybe 4 feet tall. I'm expecting to start seeing the flowers come out in about 2 weeks, and then we'll start to harvesting. This is the Baker Heirloom, right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, hang on, I'll think about it. It's the Baker Heirloom Heavy Hitter Okra. Sorry, guys. So there's 2,000 seeds in this packet. I'm going to plant about 24 of them, guys. That's the good thing about this Everwild Seed Company, is it comes in a Mylar pack, and it lasts. I'm still planting turnips and beets from Everwild that I bought 4 or 5 years ago, because they're in this good foil Mylar packet. So just like what I did with my winter squash, is I am covering these seeds with that mycorrhizal, and I'm going to get out there and get to planting. So a ½ inch deep, guys, is like a surface sow, just about. It's not very deep. So I'm clearing me a good path in here in the large high tunnel, and I'm breaking up the dirt a little bit, and I'm just going to drop my seed in there about a ½ inch, and I'm going to cover it up. So they do like full sun. So I've put them at the back of the high tunnel here where it gets full sun most of the day. I'm gonna pat it down. So most of you know, and some of you don't, that brassicas are usually a cool weather plant, and that is your broccolis, your cauliflowers, and some of your greens. So yeah, we're getting ready. We're getting these things planted for the fall. Getting very excited to play in the dirt and see what we get. So a little more information. So we're in the ground. We'll see what happens, guys. Hopefully they'll germinate in the next 7 to 10 days, and we'll see what we got. We'll still have time probably to reseed if we see any kind of issues. But a little bit more information about the collard greens. A lot of people thought that they were coming from Africa, from the continent of Africa, but actually they come from the Mediterranean. So if you're doing that Mediterranean diet, this is a must grow for you. It is a completely must grow. And that Mediterranean diet, guys, is one of the healthiest diets. Those people's lifespans over in the Greek Isles and in the Mediterranean, their lifespans are a lot longer than ours, and it's because of what they eat. And one of those things are collard greens. So you may think that they were originated in Georgia since they're called the Georgia collard, but they're not. They were originated from the Mediterranean, and I believe they were introduced to the Americas sometime around 1880. So, long history, guys, long history, very healthy plant, especially if you're on the Mediterranean diet, which we do tend to eat that way at times. I just wish I could get on that diet for full time because it is a very nutritionally rich, healthy diet. That's like your greens and your olive oils and your antipasta, stuff like that, fish. Greg's not a big fish eater, so anyway, being Mediterranean is kind of hard for us at times. But anyway, so you can cook it, you can saute it, you can steam it. They say steamed. You tend to get most of the nutritional value from steamed. You can can it up. It is a great canning vegetables to put in your pantry, or you can freeze dry it and use it in a smoothie. So I've been making Greg and I smoothies every morning, and we've been putting kale and our beet powder that we froze dry back when all those came to harvest. So we will be growing more beets. We will be growing more turnips and turnip greens and greens that we want to continue making our smoothies because, guys, those are just, when you freeze dry your food, it maintains 99% of its nutritional value. And if you're interested, I'll go ahead and put the harvest link, freeze dryer link down in the description. So check that out if you're so inclined. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Get those greens in the ground, even if you're from up north, guys. I hope to hear more from you. Guys, be sure and leave me comments below. Let me know if you've ever grown collard greens and how you've cooked them. And if you've canned them and what you've put in your canning recipe. And let me know if you're growing them this year. So take care. God bless. We'll be in touch.